Is it really quiet today?
I don't know.
Is this the volume? I don't think that's the volume. Is this the volume? That's not the volume.
Oh no, playing with buttons again.
I'll just leave it alone. Oh no! I don't think I ever hit it on that. When did it start?
Was that a picture?
It was.
You got me digging, like, just scratching on my eye.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, look at the back of my head. I need to like Vaseline my lips real quick. We got to take care of ourselves because self-care is awesome and necessary and delicious.
Absolutely. Delicious.
Is this a great start to the show or what?
It's a genuine start to the show.
This is a genuine start to my life. All right. Hello, everybody. How you doing out there? Welcome to another episode of Adventures in Vanderland. I am Vanessa Mans at Mind of Vans on the Instagrams.
Yes, nice button.
I got
the
it.
right one.
Okay.
I am Sylvia from Maiden of the Forest. That is Maiden of the Forest Tarot with little under dashes in between the words on the Instagram. If you'd like to follow me and get some tarot readings.
I forgot to do the period thing again. There's periods between my name, whatever. Period. Okay, so we got here, we came here, and we had the appointment. We planned on recording today, but we did not plan on what to record. So I figured let's just do something fun. Let's do some rankings.
Rankings. What are we ranking?
Let's rank them all. Let's rank them up. Let's see how many we can get through.
Okay.
Let's start with, you know what? We've been talking a lot about the princesses lately.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about princes.
Oh boy, here we go.
Who are your top 5 Disney princes? Should we do top and bottom 5? Or you want to just go top? Do you want to go worst?
Listen, you're talking to someone that takes a lot of time to process and like load. So it might take a while for me to even get.
I'm gonna put the music on, and then by the time it's done, it's gonna be like the Jeopardy like final question.
No. That'd be funny if Jeopardy was one of those buttons.
It would be, but I think I played with all of them, and I don't believe it is.
Wait, hold on. Top 5 of what? Like, what do you mean by top?
You know
5
what?
princes?
The metrics are your own. I want to compare. Let's both
like what I like.
Get a pencil.
Who I like.
Who are the top? Who are your top 5 Disney princesses? Prince-I. Whatever.
The whole obstacle course, just trying to get a pencil. Hold on. Okay.
Top 5s. I'll start the music and then we'll go.
Okay. I feel like I'm being.
You know what? Just do your top. Just do your top 5, like in no particular order.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait. They have to be princes.
Princes.
Prince. Okay.
Princes.
All right.
Ready?
Not really. No. But I'll just start writing.
Bum bum bum. Top 5. Now I gotta think.
Oh, spelling is horrible. I know how you are with spelling. I only got 2.
This is really hard. This is actually really hard.
Why did you do this to us?
I don't know. You would have thought I would have been more prepared.
Oh my gosh, I only got like 1 really.
I mean, okay, obviously. Wait, I think I messed up at the beginning.
I can't do this.
This one. Okay, that one. Well, one more round.
No.
Wait. Okay, that one.
I've got a block in my head. I can't think.
just go down the list of the movies.
I keep looking at the characters. I'm like, I don't like them.
I know. Some of them are really.
Should we just do the least like? The
I've already.
top,
you know what?
Low.
How about this? You know what?
Low
Screw
5s.
it. We might have to go low 5s,
Look,
but
I can do low 5s.
Like screw the low 5s for right now, because actually, as I started doing this, I came up with 4.
Oh wow!
But it took me a minute because I think I forgot about a few of them. So, do you wanna just talk about who is the best Disney prince? Let's just start there.
Well, I'm looking at your notes and my notes, and we both have Beast on here.
For the win.
Yeah.
What's that second one you have?
Listen, don't look at my spelling.
What is it?
It was, but I don't know how I feel about it. I wrote it in a panic. What's his name in? Listen, really can't think. Lack of sleep. Thank you, daylight saving time. Naeem. Is that his name?
Who?
The one in Princess and the Frog.
Naveen.
Naveen.
That was also he is my favorite, actually.
Okay, so I
You
had
you
those
know
two,
you
and
know
I
how
couldn't think of anything else.
you know how some girls are out there like, "I just wanna find my Prince Charming." I wanna find my Prince Naveen.
Who wants Prince?
Exactly, because if we're gonna go worst, Prince Charming is the worst.
He's on here on my worst.
I didn't actually do my worst, but I could okay, really quick, if I did it right now, Prince Charming, Prince Charming, Prince Philip. Who's that? Prince
Prince
Philip,
Philip
that's Aurora's.
was okay. Yeah, yep.
Oh my god, I just remembered, like, who the other, like, best one might be.
I also have Aladdin and Eric on here.
Oh, Aladdin is, he might be my last favorite.
Like, way to be a freaking liar, man. You're
The
just
worst. He might be the
pretentious.
actual worst, actually. I think he's a step worse than Prince then again, he did a little bit redeem himself at some point, I think.
At
Maybe
the
by the third
very
maybe by
end.
the 3rd movie?
At the close to the end. Wait, what movie?
The 3rd movie?
Of Aladdin?
Yeah.
There's
There is 3 of them, and then there was the whole, like, series.
nope. Nope. I have no idea.
Okay. The Prince of Thieves? So first there was Aladdin, then there was Return of Jafar, and then there was The Prince of Thieves, when they
Oh,
actually finally got married.
I think I did see that third one,
I mean, it
but
was
I
like
don't
a straight
remember
to
the
video.
second one.
Return of
Anyways.
Jafar, when Iago got out of the lamp, and then the character
The parrot?
Abismal.
Wait, Iago's the
Abismal.
parrot, isn't it?
Yes. Because remember when Jafar got sucked into the lamp, he took Iago with him? Somehow Iago got out.
Oh. Listen, you're talking about, like, childhood. I've only seen these movies once when I was,
So
like
now we're understanding why I go deep with, like
if I knew about this, I would have done some homework and
I
tried to
know, I
watch some stuff.
should have done some homework, whatever. Okay, so you have your worst? Do I
Yeah.
need to do my worst really quick? We're gonna have to edit this, like, a lot.
I only have 4 for my worst right now, though.
Okay, so there's Aladdin, there's Charming, Philip.
I have Eric on here.
You know what? I was questioning it. I did put Eric as the best, but I was thinking about the one from the remake.
Okay, I was looking at the one from the original animated one.
I mean, if we're going animated,
But is
he
it
might
really
be
his
somewhere
fault,
he might be
though?
somewhere in the middle.
Hold on, let me ask you something. Is it really his fault? Because, like, a mermaid's superpower is her song, right?
It
So it's,
is.
like, being lured
So
with the song
let's
when she gets
wait.
putting him back to life.
Let's take
So
a
it's like
deep
he's
dive, dude.
already in love with her.
Was he ever actually in love with her, or was he under her
Oh,
siren
that's even
spell?
better.
Was he under her siren spell the whole time?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, and, like, he's like, "Oh, you saved me," and, like, "I'm in love with you because of your song."
Does he have Stockholm syndrome? Wait, we might have to do, like, a dissertation on Prince Eric.
I'm gonna write this as a note.
That might be another episode. Yeah. Does Prince Eric have Stockholm syndrome, or is he under a siren spell?
Well, he was never taken captured from Ariel, but her using her siren spell doesn't really give him much of a choice now, does it?
Right.
It's like
I mean,
stripping you of
he was
choice.
mentally captured.
Yeah. And
And
then
then
he
she came to
fell
live with
and then he
him.
fell so hard for Vanessa because wait, I have the same name, by the way.
I know.
Because of her siren song that was in the little locket.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy was under the spell the whole time. Okay, that's another.
That is definitely a deep dive episode. Was Eric actually in love with Ariel? And then he probably stayed with her for the kid in the second movie.
Does the kid also have siren abilities?
She didn't even know she was a mermaid, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that her voice wouldn't be still capturing.
Do you think, like,
Like a
demi
hybrid?
mermaids have a siren spell? Like,
Mm.
remember how Hercules well, no, he got
Hercules. Sorry.
okay, no, stop. Um, I was, like, really belting out to, like, Go the Distance. There's, like, a metal version of it that I listen to when I'm working out. It goes so hard. I was like,
Mm,
"Yes, I will go the distance."
nice.
How many times have we gone off track yet? I feel like there should be a counter.
20.
There should be a counter in the corner of the
We
video
should
here.
rewatch the episode and have like that counter, like
Click. Off
yeah,
topic, off topic.
yeah, like the movie theaters that would like have like the people who click, click,
This
click,
might
click.
be the most ADHD episode we've ever done or
I
ever will do.
maybe it's the lack of sleep, you know?
It could be the lack of sleep, it could be the lack of preparation.
Oh no, I'm
Uh,
caught. Okay, I'm free.
I'm free. Okay, I got 3 really awful princes.
Okay, they're probably aligned with mine.
I mean, I got Aladdin, Charming, and Philip.
Yeah, and then I also have Eric, but we already discussed that.
We discussed Eric.
Who else could be a low
A low down dirty prince.
down dirty prince?
I don't know. Let me talk about my top ones. Eric
Okay.
is questionable, but I did put Beast. I put Naveen. He's my guy. I put Shang. He's not an actual prince, but Mulan is an official princess, so he would be her prince. And then I put Eugene.
Eugene.
Flynn Rider, Rapunzel, Tangled.
Oh, Flynn Rider. Flynn Rider's name is Eugene.
Have you not watched Tangled?
His real name is Eugene?
Yes, Flynn Rider was like a character from a book that he read as a child orphan,
Huh.
and that he was basically, I don't know, like a Tom Sawyer type of something or another.
Listen, the cognitive function in my brain is very low today. So if I don't remember, I apologize.
Okay, that's fine. Here we are.
Okay.
So let's talk about it. We both said Naveen. Why do you
Yes.
say Naveen?
So listen, I don't like the fact that he was kind of full of himself or whatever,
He
but
was a
however,
cocky son of B.
being a frog, he learned a lot. And then because he learned through the processes, he was able to change how he viewed himself, how he viewed others, how he treated other people.
Mhm.
He started to learn different things from a woman, by the way.
He's like, I'ma mince these mushrooms.
And so I like the character development, you know? I like the being able to be
Legit.
humble enough to learn from who you were and being able to adapt into a better higher self. So yes, 2 thumbs up.
I am in total agreement with everything that you just said, but I want to add as well. Not only did he improve himself, and I think he improved himself for Tiana, but I feel like he's one of the few Disney princes that actually saw Tiana for who she was, like pretty much from the beginning. I feel like a lot of these other princes. Oh, the last worst one is the guy from Snow White. Is he also Prince Charming?
Oh.
'Cause that Prince
Weren't
Char
they weren't they both Prince Charming?
that's
Snow White
lazy
and
writing, Disney.
Cinderella?
Yeah.
Come
So
on,
Prince
Disney.
Charming's times 2. Anyway, back to Naveen. Yeah, so, like, you have those, like, old school classic princes, they literally just saw a girl in the forest by herself, and was like, "And I'm marrying you. I don't even know your name. I forgot your face as soon as you ran away from me. But, we're gonna get married now. I love you." Like, there was no, like, development in their relationship where
Also
there was with Tiana and Naveen, and that's what I enjoy seeing.
Also, I don't like the fact that these princes think that the girl's asleep or dead and they could just kiss her.
Bro,
That's not cool.
like,
That's not cool.
necromancer was
Mm-mm.
necromancers.
Mm.
Necromancers. Bunch of necromancers and nymphomaniacs, that's those classic Disney movies. Okay, Shang. How do you feel about Shang?
You know what?
He's a little bit sexist, but then he
Is
kind of
he though?
I mean, be a man.
Yeah, but I mean, he thought that he was running soldiers. I mean,
He
you
said,
go
"Did
into
they
the
send
army
me
and
daughters when I asked for sons?" He said, "Bitches can't do shit."
that's true. However, the thing that I like about him is that he kind of liked someone who he thought was
A
a
boy.
dude.
Yeah.
And then
Which is
he
why I
was
think he's
I was like, "Wow, cool, your pans, I love it.
exactly.
I love it.
I do love
You
it.
love the person for the
Al although
personality."
he didn't really get to explore that
Yeah, that's
before she came out, and then he was, like, relieved.
like,
He
"Oh
was
my
like
gosh,
instantly he's like, "Thank you, Jesus."
the boy was confused.
He definitely had some confusion, and I wish that Disney would have explored that a little bit more,
Hmm.
but moving on. The Beast?
Yep,
Why did
that's
you
on
pick
my
we
list.
both picked The Beast. Why did you
Mhm.
pick The Beast?
Alright, so are we doing the original or are we
I
doing
mean, it could be a combo.
okay. So in the original, yes, he was lack of manners, didn't have any social skills to be around a young
Whatsoever.
woman
No.
whatsoever. But he, he was stuck in a certain way of being stuck in that castle and only talking
He
to,
was, like, mentally stunted
yeah. So, I mean, like when he has this girl,
and emotionally stunted.
oh, now I have to kind of change my behavior. She's
Mhm.
letting me in a little bit. So he starts to feel safe around her and then is able to open up a little bit. And
Unmask.
so I kind of like the way he opens up and
Mhm.
I kind of like the way he wants to give. And I like the way that he
He
wants to be
he allowed
kind.
himself to be vulnerable with her.
Yeah. And I like
Like, and
that.
even at the end when, like, these dudes are, like, storming the castle, I mean, he's just like, "Whatever, take my stuff,"
And not
like,
only that, but he wasn't trying to hurt
he
Gaston
wasn't.
either. He was just
And
trying
he wasn't
to.
trying to because he genuinely changed, because
Exactly.
he wasn't trying to hurt Gaston even before Belle was on her way back. Like, he didn't even know she was coming back at that point.
Hmm.
So, you could tell, like,
Oh my
he
God, the arrows in his own.
bro,
Mm, that
that
gets me every time.
the transformation sequence, that used to that was my like, I lived for that part when I was a child.
So I saw something where like it was like, oh, you see the transformation and you look at Belle's face and she's like, I kind of preferred the beast a little bit.
Wait, wait,
Like
wait.
real
Can we
quick.
talk my favorite part in the remake, right, is right at the end when they're, like, dancing, and I don't remember exactly. Emma Watson says to him, she's like, I think I prefer the beard," or something like that, and then he does that little growl at her. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oof, Mexi." Dan Stevens didn't do anything for me until he did that growl.
But yeah, that I mean, those are my reasons for.
Okay. Cool, 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 cool. And, did we do all of them? Oh, did we talk about Eugene?
No, we did not. No.
I mean, I would say that he's also one of the best princes just because, he also went through, like, a journey. I feel like Disney did a really good job of showing his backstory, how, part of his, Robin Hood act or whatever adventure spirit, that came from him being an orphan and trying to, emulate this character from a book and trying to live this, like, you know, whatever renegade lifestyle or whatever the heck you would call it. But he meets Rapunzel, and then he really genuinely likes her for who she is, not because she's a princess, not because she can do anything for him. He's, like, just actually impressed by all the crap that she can do for never having left a tower.
That and he also allows her to just
Be
be her
herself.
genuine
Yeah,
ADHD,
that
genuine curiosity self,
mhm.
but he's also kind of protective.
He's hella
So
protect
that's what I
he
like too.
he
Like
cut
lets her
her
be
hair so
genuine.
that because he also saw what Gothel was doing before Rapunzel did, and that's why he cut her hair. He was he was protecting her. That was
Yeah.
like that's yeah. He went hard for her. He also if you ever watch Disney also did, a follow-up movie and series for that.
Really?
They did, and you really get to see their relationship, how it blossoms, like, he starts living in the castle, and he really lives for her, and I love that. But, like, they live for each other, but I like that their relationship, they are able to do their own things, they support each other in their own whatever they wanna do, but then they also are constantly, like, living for each other, protecting each other. It's not just some damsel in distress or whatever, he's constantly saving her. She saves him probably more than he does her,
Hmm.
and he allows it. He's like
Oh man, thank
he's
you.
like, "Thank God I found this chick, I'd probably be dead by now." But yeah, okay, cool. Should we do any more rankings? I feel like this was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Mhm.
Ranking. What about sidekick?
I
Like
was thinking
favorite
I was
sidekicks?
thinking villains.
Ooh, I like villains.
So, best and worst villains? Or should we go with best or should we go with worst?
I'm just putting my favorite on
Okay.
here. As far as the best, because I had that top one already in my head. Um,
Uh, yeah, okay. Villains, it doesn't have to
I
be
could do
associated with a
we could
princess.
do low ones too.
Okay.
We could do low. Oh, the music's done. Does that
Okay,
mean
I
we're
came up
done?
with 3 for each.
Okay, I
I
came up
definitely
with
okay.
2 for the worst, and then I got 3 for best. So, which ones do you want to discuss?
Do you wanna start with, the worst?
Okay.
Who are your worst?
All right. So I got 2 for worst. I got the witch from Snow White
Mhm.
and Mother from Rapunzel.
Mother Gothel?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you rank them your like, what are the metrics you're going by that make
Okay.
them the worst to you?
So from Rapunzel, all right, this lady who is a witch
Mhm.
decides that she's going to keep a poor girl
Mhm.
in a castle forever, pose as a mom, to be greedy as hell, to then use her gift for eternal youth. I'm sorry. You are greedy and you are also very, very superficial. I don't like you. I
Just came
don't
up
like you.
sorry, I came up with another one.
So that's that. The witch from Snow White, also petty, obsessed with her own beauty
Yeah.
and materialistic,
Mhm.
and decides that she's going to give a poisoned apple to like you're gonna poison an apple and offer also Snow White, you dumb. Why are you taking candy from a stranger?
She was dumb. She allowed herself to go into the forest to, like, be killed. She kinda
You
knew
know
what
what
was going
though?
on.
Hold on. The second one, fantastic. Happily ever after, fantastic.
What are we talking about?
Snow White.
What are you
You
talking?
know, you never saw the second one?
There was a second Snow White?
Yeah, Happily Ever After with the
Actually,
dwarf elves, and the dwarf elves were magical.
you
And
know
there was one dwarf elf who couldn't like she couldn't get her power to work, and she would
okay,
flicker her finger like
hear
this.
me out, because there's a part of me that feels like I can see the cover of that VHS tape on my shelf
Mhm.
as a child,
Mhm.
but I have no recollection of any of this.
Long black
I would
hair.
have to look it up.
I can send you the YouTube movie of it because it's on YouTube for free, and it's like an
This
hour.
was
Oh,
an act was this
and it's an
actually
hour.
Disney?
It's 1 hour and 11 minutes. It's 111. Hey,
Was this an actual Disney movie?
I don't remember. Oh, it might be Black Cauldron actually.
That's why. Haha. Okay,
Okay, but you saw Swan Princess, and that's Black Cauldron.
I did not know that,
Yeah.
but also the Swan Princess listen, whatever. Moving on, okay.
Oh, that could be another worst prince, but that's not Disney.
Okay. My villains, my worst villains, hear me out. Gaston, Hans, and Jafar.
Gaston, yeah, that would be up there.
My whole thing with Gaston, I don't even think he's a villain, he's mostly a buffoon for the movie. He's just a conceited buffoon that likes to
Conceited meathead.
a conceited jock buffoon, and, it's not until the end that he just becomes a jealous prick. He's not really a villain. He was having a temper tantrum. He wasn't really a villain.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot arrows at this guy that because he's a beast.
He's like, "You're different from me, and for whatever reason, the girl I like likes you better. Let me kill you."
Yeah.
That was just weird. He's more of a psychopath than a villain. Um, Hans, kind of the same thing. Um, I feel like he saw an opportunity.
Hold on. All I can think of is Han Solo. Hans.
Hans from Frozen.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, he was manipulative, but I feel like that comes from being the last of 12 brothers. I feel like if he hadn't gotten the opportunity to go to Arendelle and see what what Elsa could do, none of that would have happened. Like, it was like happenstance. He didn't really, like, do plotting and all of that. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Not a good villain. And then the last one was Jafar, and again, Jafar was probably the best of the worst villains, but I just don't like him.
yeah, there's something to
I
say
I I
about
hate I
like
hated
a
the way that he sexualized Jasmine,
old
like
men sexualizing young women. Nope, nope, nope.
yeah, he was
Mm-mm.
more of a sorcerer than a villain. An evil sorcerer, but not a villain.
Well, speaking of sorcerers, are you done with your
Those
worst?
are my worst, yeah.
Okay.
Those are the worst I came up
Um,
with.
Ursula's on one of my tops.
Ursula's on my tops.
Yay!
And I've told you that, like, I relate to Ursula because I'm like, I feel like she wasn't I think a good villain has a good backstory, and I think Ursula just has a good backstory. She wasn't born evil, she just was made she's like, "I'm gonna get mine, and I'm gonna make sure I do." Like, nobody's like, she was manipulated, and she made sure nobody was gonna do that again.
So, the reason why Ursula is on my top, right, is in a way I don't view her as a villain.
I
I
think
actually
that's
view her as a good person. Like
she
she's
was a
like,
good person who
okay,
was misunderstood.
you're a mermaid, your lore is your voice. So I'm gonna take it and you're gonna have to actually earn
Mhm,
this with this guy that you are enamored with after just seeing him and being good to his dog and being good to his crew. So
mhm,
you love this guy, right?
mm.
Okay, well let me take your voice, your only lore, your power,
Yep.
and you're gonna have to actually earn it for real. And she even gives her advice. You know, you got your face, your looks, and your body
Also, like, her alliteration and rhyme game is like
language.
I love she has the best song, I think, in that movie.
Oh, I loved Queen Latifah singing "Unfortunate Souls." I
Wait,
loved it.
I really wish they would have cast Lizzo when they did the remake. That would have been the best.
Lizzo.
Lizzo was in the running for it, I believe,
Oh.
or maybe people were petitioning for it.
Oh, I thought Queen Latifah was for it.
Queen Latifah did, like, the live taping of it or something.
Oh.
She did one of those live versions,
Well,
but, she did her thing with it as well. Okay, also on my tops, Maleficent, and I think
yes.
she went through a similar journey as Ursula. She literally was just, like, living her best life, being a cool little fairy, and then this freaking king just came in and just, like, literally ripped her wings. He destroyed her, and she's like,
He drugged her.
now I must destroy you."
He drugged her and was manipulative, tried to pretend that he was in love with
Mhm,
her, and then she wakes up with no wings and blood on her back and horrible pain.
literally.
Like honestly, you ripped away her freedom. Like in order to fly, that is an amazing gift.
Like
You
he
destroyed.
dismembered a part of her body.
Yes.
Somebody she shoulda
Yes.
cut off a part of him.
Ooh.
Anyway,
She's also on my top. And the reason why again, like I don't view her as a
no.
bad person. I
But
view
then
her as like
also
having a horrible story
exactly.
and then evolving and then I mean
And she's
in the
still
remakes
in the remakes
it's
especially,
evolving,
she
it's
did.
protective, it's motherly
Mhm.
instincts. It is divine feminine, dark feminine being together and like
Right.
really a great blend between the feminine, the masculine, and the dark feminine and just
Mm,
rocking it, dude.
loving it.
Oh, I love her so much.
Okay, we're gonna take a turn now.
Wait, did you finish
I
your
got 2 more top.
Okay, I got one more top.
Go for your top.
Mufasa.
Mufasa's your villain?
Oh, no, not Mufasa, sorry, Scar. I didn't see the second one yet, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh, actually, yes.
I didn't see the second one, so
I'm
I
mad I
don't
didn't think
know.
of that. Scar's a good one.
But Scar is one of my favorites
He had a
because
backstory.
he's got a backstory, and I haven't seen the
We
second
me
movie, but,
either.
like, I'm like, "You know what? Brothers are not like that to each other for no damn reason."
Right. You
You
have
know
to
what I
wonder
mean?
what
Like
was Mufasa's, like,
and how did
was
Scar get that scar, I wonder? Well, actually, that's kind of
I
explained.
think he got the scar, and then that's when they started calling him that.
Yeah.
But well, anyway. But did you also know that his actual name means garbage?
Yeah.
God.
And the thing is, like, what kind of
What kind of family did he come from?
exactly. And he was the black sheep, which is a lot of people with ADHD and who are
So
neurotypical are also black sheep. So
are
I'm
we
like, you know
theorizing that
what?
Scar has ADHD now?
I would have to watch the second one to really know, I think.
Interesting. All right. Okay, so one of my last two, Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog.
Oh.
I feel like he is one of my favorite villains because, again, like, we don't get into his backstory. He doesn't evolve the way that our other villains evolved, but I just think he's a damn good villain. He knows how to play people, like, he knows how to manipulate them, like, he's a con man, and, I mean, look at the spells that he puts on people, and, like, he went really far. He went I think when it comes to being a baddie, he's a baddie.
Mm,
And I think he exemplifies what a villain should be when you think of like an evil, like a just genuine evil person.
okay, yeah. No, I can agree with that.
And so my top villain, because of with that metric, Lord Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
Hellfire.
Ugh, I get nauseous when I think of him.
Which
Gross.
is that
Oh.
does that
Mm-mm.
he's
Mm-mm.
a
Mm-mm.
he's a villain. From
Oh, so gross.
I mean, the fact that he stole a baby from his mother and then was about to throw him in a well just because of a deformity, and then manipulates him for his entire life. You, like you basically, like, mask yourself under this guise of, like, religion. You say, like, everything you do is under the guise of, like, the eyes of God and this, that, and the other. You act like you're this pious man, and yet you do some of the most evil things. Like,
Mhm.
the lust that he has for
Oh.
he even is disgusted by himself.
Ooh.
That's the whole point of the Hellfire song. He's disgusted by his own lust for Esmeralda.
Ew, he's gonna be one of those guys that, like, whips himself in punishment, like,
Oh, for sure.
ugh.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. That remember that scene from, what's that Dan Brown? The Da Vinci Code?
I never watched it.
Okay, moving on. So, yeah, those are
But I've seen
my
Supernatural, and that's one of the things in Supernatural.
who does that in Supernatural?
The girl who thought she was killing people when she really wasn't actually killing people. She just had a gift. And,
Are
like,
you
the
talking about God's sister?
no, I'm talking about, like, one episode. It was very kinda like in the beginning, she was locked in the basement, her whole family were very godlike,
Oh,
and
yes, yes,
she would,
yes, yes,
like,
yes.
punish herself, but it wasn't even her fault.
I vaguely remember that
Yeah.
now. I mean, it's 15 seasons, a lot of stuff happened in there.
It's 15 seasons, and it's, like, 20 something episodes
Ooh.
per season.
Oh, yeah, and I binged it all at one time. I tried to start rewatching it, recently, and I just was like, I couldn't do it. Jacoby was always around, so I was just like, "Alright." Did you ever see the spinoff, though?
Mm-mm.
It was interesting. I'm not gonna say I loved it. I can understand why it only went 1 season.
What was the spinoff called?
It was called The Winchesters. It was how, like, John and Mary met.
Eh.
It got weird. I didn't love the ending, but I think they had to do that because it got canceled. So, yeah. Anyhow, um, this is fun. Should we continue?
Yeah.
Do you want
Let's
another
keep
piece of
ranking.
papa?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, my ears hurt.
You have an ear infection?
No, I just don't do well with, like, headphones like this.
My ears hurt.
My ears
I don't know why I enjoyed that sound. What is that called? ASMR?
I was like, I don't think the viewers.
I'm in a weird mood today.
Okay, wait. Okay, who
My
are we
paper's
doing?
all wrinkled.
You can't have this one.
I don't want it.
This one
I
is
could
mine.
wrinkled paper still takes pencil. I can still write on it. It's
Okay.
like broken crayon still color. Are you going okay, you wanna do sidekicks?
Like,
Ooh, wait, wait, wait. What did I text you about? The wise old sages, the ones that guide the princesses, like Mama Odie?
uh,
Who did
I can't remember a lot of guides.
Okay, let's go through it. Um, Off the top of my head,
Mhm.
you got the well, this isn't like a Disney princess, but if since I'm thinking of Hunchback, the gargoyles.
Okay.
You got like Grandmother Willow,
Mm, love
um,
her.
right? Mama Odie, Mushu.
Mm.
Is Mushu a guide or is he a sidekick? I don't know. A little bit of both.
I'd say both. I'd say both. I'd say
Okay.
both, yeah.
Um, Grandma from Moana.
Oh,
I know. Ooh, she might be my favorite. Okay.
I cried.
I
I
cried because 'cause
cried
I'm really close to my
so
grandmother.
much.
When I saw that, I can't even sing the song, like, the one where the grandmother comes back. I can't even, like, sing it
As
without
a
crying.
stingray? Yeah, I cried so hard.
Yeah.
I was, like, in the theater like,
I was like,
"No, I'm not
"Screw the
crying."
theater." I watch it on Netflix or on Disney Plus, like, 1,000 times and cry, and then I hear the song and I visualize the movie in my
Oh,
head, so I cry again.
yeah,
So
that
I don't even have to
happens.
watch it to cry. I just listen to the soundtrack and cry. Okay, who are some other sages? You got,
Is
like,
the
you got, like, the
genie
fairies,
is the
all
genie
the
a
fairies and
guide?
fairy godmothers and the dwarves,
That's
right?
true. Is the genie
Or
a
the
guide?
huntsman would be my more of her guide. I think the dwarves are her sidekicks. The genie.
Would he be a guide or a sidekick?
The genie, actually, he might be more of a guide. Abu was the sidekick. Sidekicks are
That's
usually
true.
animals, right?
Yeah. Unless
I mean,
you're made out of
according to
snow.
Maui.
Oh, that's true. Um, oh my gosh, the chicken.
When you write it with a chicken, it's called tweeting. Oh my god, he came up with some of the best.
I would say I like
Road
the genie
snack.
for a guide. Yeah.
Genie was a bit of a guide, he was a bit of a sidekick, a guide kick,
I miss Robin Williams, man.
legit. Let's see. Oh, Mrs. Potts?
Oh, Mrs. Potts. She a guide? Well, I guess she was a guide to
I'm thinking like the
Belle.
wise old sages. I mean, Clogsworth might have been the beast's guide.
Oh. Hmm. Does every princess and prince
Sebastian.
have a guide?
Sebastian was definitely her guide. I
Was
mean,
he not a sidekick though?
Flounder was her sidekick.
Hmm.
Sebastian was her guide. He was constantly trying to tell her the right thing to do. Jiminy Cricket, he was a guide. I mean, he was like, "Ariel, don't do this. Stay here. Don't do that. Go there." He's like, "The king's gonna kill me. I let you go away."
Sorry, I was playing the scene in my head where he's in the kitchen and like the song of the chef.
Les
Le poisson.
poissons. Hee, hee, hee,
Hee
ha,
haw
ha,
haw. With a
ha.
cleaver, I hack them in two. I pull out what's inside and then I serve it in fried because
'Cause I
I
love
love little
little
fishes,
fishes,
don't
don't you?
you? Sorry.
Okay. Um, who else? I don't know. What other guides are there?
Okay, hold on. I have to think of like more princesses, more movies. Nope, we already
You
did
know what? Let's
Pocahontas.
skip ranking guides because
Okay.
let's just go with which guide would you be? Let's do a vibe
Oh,
check.
whoa.
Which guide would you be?
Okay.
Mhm.
I'd probably be the willow tree in Pocahontas.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Mm, 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 Okay,
Ba,
so
ba.
I've been
Okay.
told by many people
Mhm.
that I am like a guide here on Earth.
Mhm.
I'm also very close to
Yeah.
nature. I like to ground. I like to be a part of nature. I
Mhm.
feel like nature also has a life of its own. So I kind of help people with my wisdom. And I've been told that the way I help people and the way I talk and how I do my tarot readings, it's very soothing, it's very calming, it's very reassuring. And I also help give steps and I also help people with their spirituality.
Do you also help interpret dreams?
Yes, I do.
I used to do that too.
So yeah, that would be me.
However, once again, I'm gonna go with Mama Odie. First of all, Jennifer Lewis is the perfect person to play her. I can't even imagine anybody else playing, oh, wait, the Muses, those are guides, right? Nah, not really. They were more like just narrators. Okay, sorry, switch topics again. Um, yeah, but I would be Mama Odie because I do feel like most of the time I'm just living my life blind as hell, trying to figure shit out, tripping over my own mess. But, I do also I feel like I'm that person when people come to me for advice, and especially as I've gotten older, I keep it real with them. I loved how she just kept it real. She's like, um, "Let's not think about where you're trying to get to. Like, I'm gonna tell you what you need, like, and I'm gonna tell you how to dig deeper." She's like, "I'm not gonna give it to you straight." I don't know.
That was a great song.
"You're gonna dig a little deeper."
Mhm.
But, like, I love she's quick with the whips and, like, I don't know, didn't she smack him a couple times with her canes? Making gumbo in a bathtub. I've just seen me doing some weird shit like that. But, I think that's kind of what when I do give people advice, I feel like my train of thought went all over the place just now. But when I give people advice, I do like for it to be like, I want you to reach within. I don't wanna just say, like, "This is what you should do." I want you to understand the reasons why you're doing the thing, why I'm guiding you this way. And I wanna give you, like, some of the breadcrumbs, but ultimately let you bake the cake or bread, whatever.
I will say that's probably one of the hardest things about giving advice is knowing that the people, um, you know, they have a choice. And I let people know, like, hey, you have a choice.
Mhm.
It's all up to you. This is just advice on the steps further and how to make steps to achieving to your goal or
Right.
what you're trying to get. But I mean, ultimately, you have a choice. You get to write your own story.
Mhm.
So when I do see people or friends who I've given advice kind of go down a specific hill, sometimes I will detach myself from certain people when I
Mhm.
see it going down a certain way. So that's the hard part.
I love it. But also, she was a little bit psychic too, Mama Odie.
Mm-hmm.
She knew what
Because
was
like,
up.
how does she know? Like, how is she seeing? She can't see, so she's using that third eye.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and I think I rely on my third eye a lot. That was so cute.
You know what? I know we didn't have a plan for this episode, but I'm liking it.
I really have been enjoying this conversation, just,
Yeah.
like, off the cuff, cusp,
Cusp.
puff?
Cusp.
Puff the Magic Dragon?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Now I'm thinking
The
of,
that song was about
Meet the
Jesus, right?
Fockers. Was it? Okay, you know what? I think of that song in a way of, like, Meet the Fockers song, so, nah, not to me.
Or her. Anywho, um, yeah, I feel like this was a good conversation. We didn't get to our Disney princesses or sidekicks, did we?
No.
But I feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
Do we need to rank Disney princesses because
I mean, in a way, I feel like we kinda already went through
yeah,
those because we were like, "Okay, which Disney princess and
yeah.
prince would you be and villain?" And we kinda did talk about more of the princesses for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, we talked about them. I feel like we have already talked about who our top princesses are because I think that was our conversation when we did our vibe check last time.
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't need to keep talking about them bitches. Who cares about Disney princesses?
Hopefully your viewers.
Everybody cares about Disney princesses. Oh my gosh. All right, cool. What do you think we should talk about next time? Or should we
Hmm.
just wing it again?
Well, okay, for next time, do we want to go back
Do
into
we want to dig a little deeper?
uh do we want to go back into like the neurodivergencies, ADHD, autism.
Actually, you know
Do we
what?
want to do that like
I
for
had
the
a I had an
sidekicks?
idea. I had a brain thing happened to me, maybe a little while ago, actually. I was thinking about, Maslow. Are you familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Like, so in psychology, he's this, like, social psychologist or whatever. So he talks about having a hierarchy of needs where, like, this is what humans need to, reach self-actualization, like, to, you have your physiological needs, you need food, shelter, and sex. Um,
And,
yeah,
and sleep.
and sex. Yeah, I mean,
And sleep.
sleep might have been one of them. And then, like, you move on, so, like, once you have that, then it's like I forget exactly what it is, I'd have to pull it up, but, like, then you like, that's the base of the pyramid. Then as you go up, you talk about, like, then you need, like, the social things, you need family and friends, then you need, like, your education and this, that, and the other, and then when you get to the top, that's when you, like, really get in touch with yourself. It's like the top of the pyramid is, like, finding out your purpose in life is essentially what it comes down to. And as I was thinking about it, I think what it was is I was watching something about how, ADHD people are hobby collectors. They kinda, like, start a lot of things and never finish things. So, do they ever reach self-actualization? And then it made me think, well, if a lot of Disney princesses are ADHD, do they actually get to self-actualization? That's the question that we will answer next week.
Whoa.
You've been listening to or watching Adventures in Vanderland. Once again, I'm Vanessa Mans. You can catch me at mind_of_Vans on the Instagrams, my mans.
And I am Sylvia, Maiden of the Forest. That is Maiden of the Forest Tarot underscores between each word on Instagram.
Boop, 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 boom. We're gonna catch you next time. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe. Bye bye. Oh my God, that timing was perfect.